Hey everyone, it is Sarah from Bright Stitcher. It's Tuesday, March 1st, and I have quite a bit of stuff here. I had planned in my last video doing the giveaway, and I had, for the magazine that just cross stitch, I had planned to come back in a week or so, and then I got struck down with a cold, which turned into a massive sinus infection once again, and I am finally getting over that. I've got clarithromycin. It's stronger than Augmentin because apparently I've had 3 sinus infections since Thanksgiving. And now if I have another one soon, my doctor's sending me back to my ENT to have my sinuses drained again. Surgically, which I had done almost 2.5 years ago. I had a polyp on this side. It was massive. And I didn't know it. I just thought I had an internal sinus infection. So they had went in and cleaned the side out completely. Anyway, now it's coming back, apparently. Not the polyp, just the junk. So, I am feeling better and hoping that this is it for sinus infections and then it was just Augmentin just wasn't getting it. So, the giveaway was the Just Cross Stitch magazine, the February 2016 issue, and I had my girls help me pick a winner. I put names on a piece of paper, drew them, tossed them in a hat, had them draw one. I'm sorry I didn't do it in front of you, but I did it like 2 weeks ago, and then just never did a video. So, Beth McGuire, you won the Fancy Schmancy Just Cross Stitch magazine. So if you could send me a message on here or on Facebook, I'm Sarah Israel Bright on Facebook, and give me your address and I'll get this sent out to you. So, yay, winner! Okay, I have 2 finishes today. One I just did for my husband for Valentine's Day. I hadn't been able to show this at all because he does occasionally watch my videos. So I had to be sneaky. So I was doing this during the day while he's at work, while the kids aren't around most of the time because they talk. So for Valentine's Day, I did I'll Always Love You. And it is a daily chart. It's nothing fancy. I used some old Silkweaver leftover even weave fabric. I think it's 28 count, I think. And I used Almost sales flosses for all of it. So it was a pink and red owl. He likes purple. I like purple. And he likes owls. So I've been wanting to do something for him for a while. And so that just sits upstairs in the living room. It's our new Valentine's Day. And then I have one, I completely forgot, this has been down here in my craft room all this time, but behind the door, because we just haven't hung it up yet. And I made this also for my husband, excuse me, for our second, for our second wedding anniversary. So, and I wasn't even sure, but I had written on the back when I did it, 2005. And we had wanted to get an aquarium. There's kind of a story to this. We wanted to get an aquarium or fish. We both liked the big tropical pretty ones, but neither one of us wanted to deal with cleaning it or taking care of it or moving it because we were in apartments at the time. We knew we'd get a house eventually. So, you know, I made him an aquarium. I need to reframe it. I did it myself. It wasn't a fantastic job, and it's just loosened up over time. Because I didn't lace it or anything. I just stuck it in there with cardboard behind it. But I know this was from, like, just Cross Stitch Crazy or World of Cross Stitching. One of those magazines. And then it's on an opalescent linen that I could have just gotten it at Hobby Lobby. Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't think I was using silk weavers in 2005 yet. If I was, I had just gone into them. So, there's my 2 finishes. One's 11, almost 11 years old. And then the other one's a couple weeks old. So, yeah. And this, okay. I had planned to make this into a flat fold. But we had, I think he had been sick the week before Valentine's Day. So he stayed home a day or so. And I had kind of been, the girls had kind of been in and out of it. So I hadn't had a chance to finish it up. If I'd been smart, I would have stitched it all in January. But I didn't have any like cardboard stuff. I finished this the day before Valentine's Day at like 10 in the morning while he and the girls had gone somewhere on a Saturday. Right? Is Valentine's Day a Sunday? Yeah. So I didn't have time to turn it into the flat fold propped up stand I wanted to do. So I came down here rummaging and I just happened to find just an oak frame 5x7. It just happened to fit barely into. So I said, that's what I'm going with. So, you know, sorry, Ben, if you're watching, that it wasn't as cute as I wanted it to be. I had great plans. They failed. Such is life. Sorry. Okay. I have a couple updates on a couple of my whips. I have a new start. And I just started today. Everybody's been starting new stuff. Like yesterday, on the 29th on Facebook, I kept seeing all these new starts. And I'm like, I want a new start. I want to start something. So, but of course, what I'm wanting to start is like, you know, a big Mirabilia. And I'm so slow at stitching my Mirabilia as it is. I don't need to add another one to it. I mean, I've done this much of Raven Queen, and I had hoped to have her done by Christmas. I'd hoped to have Stargazer done before I started Raven Queen in October. No. So, anyway, let's do, and I also have some haul at the end. So, and another thing, I've had a few people mention in comments that they'd like to see some of my scrapbooking stuff. So I have just a couple layouts that I've recently done. I'm sorry I say so much. I'm just realizing that. But I'm not apologizing for it. I just made myself aware. You say a lot. So there you go. I'll try not to do that. I just pulled a couple layouts out that I have, or an album that has a couple layouts that I've recently done. So I'll just show them at the very end if anybody is interested in seeing how I like to scrapbook. So, you know, I'm not on any design teams or anything fancy. I just like to do it. So today I started Lizzie Kate's A Little Coffee. I had got it a couple of weeks ago. I think I showed it. It's either from 123 Stitch or Down Sunshine Lane. I'm probably going to say 123 Stitch because I also got a new punch needle thing. And I'm not sure that Down Sunshine Lane carries that. But I'm using the linen that came in the kit. It comes with the linen and the 2 itty bitty baby buttons. So, but of course it's calling for all Weeks Dye Works. And I have one of the Weeks Dye Works colors that it calls for. I have a lot of Gast. And I have a lot of 6-strand sweets and a lot of Mo's. And quite a bit of the Classic Color Works and is that the new part of the company or the old? The ones that the Little House Needleworks uses a lot. I have quite a bit of those. But Weeks Dye Works, I have like 5, and I know one is something like Jelly Bean, the one's Noel. I mean, they're bright and out there kind of colors. The one I do have is the color, this little bitty bean here. Cocoa? I think is what it was called. That's the one I have. It starts with a C, whatever it is. I want to say Cocoa. So I'm using a lot of Gast threads. I think all Gast, actually, besides that one Weeks Dye Works. So I chose, you know, it has like a light green in there, and then also a medium kind of seafoam green. So I was able to grab 2 of those similar. I think the lighter one is actually called Seafoam that I'm using. I'm using Bamboo by Classic Color Works, which is similar. This isn't a white. This was called for linen, the white there. And then the reddish orange color, I'm using Pomegranate. It's, I can see it more here, and I also went on Facebook and looked at a few that people have recently done, and theirs seemed almost more red. In this picture, it looks orange, and nah, I'll go with the pinks. Pink, it's more pinky red. It's pretty. It's pomegranate. So, oh, and I also have my the Star Wars coffee needle minder, and that's from Gina's Unique Boutique. Okay, Stargazer. I have done, last week, I worked on her for like 3 evenings. I only work on her for a couple hours at a time, maybe. I get distracted a lot. So, this is what I have done so far. I had been working on the darker parts. Let's see, hard to point out. Right down here, this dark, that bit of the sash, some of this over right in here, and a little bit of this lighter, the purples, the periwinkle type colors. So, I still love her. She's just beautiful. I wish I could stitch her faster. And then I look at the chart, and you see this whole section down here. I mean, it's just a chunk of skirt. It's like a page and a half that's just full, and it's all skirt. Man, she's never going to be finished. But, you know, I look back before we had kids and how much more stitching I got done. I could whip through, like, Paula Vaughn quilt charts. I could fly through those things. In a month or so, and I'd have one done. Of course, they're all at my mom's. Excuse me. But I can't do it now. I get tired. And then I've been sick. So, you know, let's blame it all on winter and kids. And schools. Lots of school stuff going on. And my daughter joined Girl Scouts. We're so excited. She's in kindergarten, so she's a daisy. There actually isn't a daisy troop in our town. They have grown, they've aged out of it, up into Girl Scouts. They don't even have a brownie troop, which is like 2nd and 3rd graders. So they had an information meeting, and I went, and with her, I said, you know, it was the night before they sent a flyer home from school. Hey, tomorrow night's a Girl Scouts meeting if you want to find out how to join. And I was a brownie in 1st and 2nd grade. So I mentioned to her, I was thinking, how can I relate this to her on a kindergarten level? And she likes that show Max and Ruby, so which is about 2 bunnies. If you have little kids, you know what I'm talking about. And Ruby is a bunny scout, and she's constantly doing things to earn her badges, like helping nature and cooking and such. And finding wild animals to get a nature badge and such. So I kind of said, you know how Ruby's always looking for things to do to earn badges for her Bunny Scouts. I said, would you like to be in something similar to Bunny Scouts called Girl Scouts? So we went, and there's like 7 or 8 girls that wanted to join. Their parents are there. We're a brand new troop. I am not a co-leader because I'm not going through the training as of now, but I'm going to help. And so we have one of the lovely moms stepped up to be the leader. We're just getting figured out where we're going to have meetings. And so it's exciting. She's going to do that stuff. And next year she can sell cookies. So if you need cookies next year, call me. Okay, sorry. Lizzie Kate, ABCs of Parenting. I've been working on this the last almost a week now. I just got a hair up my butt to get moving on it. I want to get it done. It's like when I sit and work on it, it's like any Lizzie Kate. When you actually can sit down and focus and work on it, it goes fast, especially compared to Mirabilia. So I was able to, look at that. What can you see? You can see. It's on a kind of a light buttery yellow even weave. It's on an even weave. I can't remember the name. I ordered it many moons ago. So, but I did the bottom 2 rows, I think is, no. I'm going to try and hold this so you can see it. From this P around and through there. It's like a nice little chunk there. And then I moved up on my Q-snap. Of course I removed it, and I've started on the A now. Sorry, wrong finger. The A. So, all I have left is this small amount here. And then there's 2 rows, including this A is part of 2 rows. So if I could actually work on it, I could knock it out in a couple days. And I have my sadness needle minder from Inside Out. My girls saw that on the refrigerator one day. Sadness! They're so excited. They wanted to keep it for themselves. So I had to put it on something quick before they took off with it. So those are my 2 whips. Tonight once I go back upstairs, it's like 3:30, I think, almost 4. Until dinner, I'm going to work on this coffee. Lizzie Kate's a little coffee. And then tonight after dinner, I'm going to focus on this since I'm feeling good and woo! Okay. I just want to check my notes real quick. Sorry I don't have any fantastic music for you to listen to as I'm checking my notes. I usually keep them on my phone, so I emailed them to myself. Finished out. Okay. I've got all and a little bit of scrapbook stuff. You know, let's mix it up. I am going to show you, actually, I'm just going to pull it out of the book. These are just a couple that I have done. Actually, 3, 4. Okay. And this one it's crafty. This is me with a scarf I made 2 years ago. And the yarn is by Yarn Baby. I believe she's on Etsy. It is the most luxurious, softest, fluffy. It was hand-spun wool. Hand-dyed, hand-spun wool that she spins it herself. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was gorgeous. Oh, I love this thing. So I didn't know what to do with it. I'm like, this is just, you can see here. You see just how fluffy. It's just, oh, I loved that yarn so much. Yeah, hand spun, hand dyed wool yarn. So it's, you pay for what you get, but this is one little layout. I don't do a whole lot with me, so I was proud of myself for that, so I figured I'm going to stitch me. This one is okay, no. It's too hard to hold that up. Hang on. I'll just show the one-page layouts. My girls. This was 2 years ago, after getting snow. I follow a lot of sketches from Scrapbook Generation. You can find them at scrapbookgeneration.com. They have, if you scrapbook and you like sketches, they've got great sketches. I don't remember what paper line that is, so I'm not going to tell you. And then this one was also, it was just such a sweet picture of my girls. And I'd cut the hearts out with my Silhouette Cameo machine. It's just a background base. And then the words down here are cut out with them. I think this one was leftovers from a kit, I believe. But we had, oh yeah, green pancakes. This was not for St. Patrick's Day. Abby's favorite, my oldest, her favorite color is green. So whenever I make pancakes, if I ask them, you know, do you want a color? They want that. So that's, I think that is all that I could pull out of here. Let me just double check, because gosh darn it, I don't get to show off my scrapbooking to many people. Because my husband's like, I mean, he likes it. Sorry, because I know you watch it. But, you know, they only pull it out and look once in a while. Here is Elizabeth on her little horsey. My little cowgirl. I just love doing this stuff. It's so fun. I like saving their memories. I have 20-some scrapbooks upstairs on my bookshelves. And I'm 2 years behind in scrapbooking. And then this is Abby. I did this one last year at a retreat in Branson. It was a competition to use yellow. You had to make it there. And I felt bad. I was there with my best friend who was, she was like 4 months pregnant at the time. 3. She gets hyperemesis. That horrible, horrible, horrible morning sickness, and she was hospitalized a lot. And she spent that entire weekend. She still wanted to go. Said she was feeling better. Let's go. She spent the entire time in the room, in the hotel room, puking. I even said, do you want to go home? And she's, nope. Because she has a 4-year-old now at home. If I go home, I just have to help around with kids. It's, you know, she could rest better there in a dark hotel room by herself. So I got a lot done because I had nobody there with me. But anyway, that is, you know, just some of my scrapbooking. If I bored you, I'm sorry. If you zoom through it, that's okay. That's what I like to do. But in the last couple of years, I've picked up cross stitch again because I hadn't done it. Once Elizabeth was born, I put it away because that child would not nap more than 30 minutes a day. My scrapbook room had been moved down here. And so I couldn't come down here because when Abby was a baby, I could scrapbook upstairs because we have 3 bedrooms upstairs. It's a raised ranch. And all my scrapbook stuff was in a bedroom. I had, you know, so I'd go and scrapbook while she napped in the living room or in her room, and moved us all downstairs so Elizabeth could have a room upstairs. And I couldn't come down here because she would only nap for 30 minutes at a time. Like every hour, hour and a half, she'd nap for 30 minutes in the swing. That was rough. So with a toddler. So I had put aside my cross stitch and just barely touched it at all. I did a couple little things when she, like in 2013, I think. When she was about a year old or so, I started doing a little bit, but it was 2014. She was 2, and I realized, okay, I'd pulled some small things out and was doing it. She'd let me crochet. I had been crocheting for a few months around her at that point, and I realized she leaves my stuff alone. She will, you know, if I gave her a hook, a larger hook, and just a ball of yarn, she'd sit there and just dig it in, and she's, you know, she was trying to make her own stuff, like a big knot. So anyway, I figured I'm going to try and cross stitch and see if I can get her to leave my stuff alone. And at that time, I had never used a needle minder or heard of them. And I realized there are all these cross stitch groups on Facebook. Who'd have thunk it? Not me. So, because I had been on groups in Yahoo many moons ago. So it really surprised me to find them all on Facebook, and which it's fantastic. I'm so happy with it. But I realized I could use needle minders, keep the needles away from her, and voila. 2 years later, I've got a stash. I had a stash before. Now it's worse. Never going to stitch this all. And then I just keep shopping. Okay, so I've got a little bit of haul. I believe all of this is from, except one piece. The Rainbow Stitchery that's going out of business. I jumped on when she posted 50% on sale. Like a... No, this is not from Rainbow Stitchery. Holy cow. I don't remember who this is from. I ordered a bunch of stuff from Rainbow Stitchery, but it hasn't come yet. So apparently I just went on a shopping binge it was on some store website. Oh, it was down Sunshine Lane for the football thing, sale. The big football game thing I don't do. Super Bowl weekend. Down Sunshine Lane, big sale. I don't remember how much of a sale, but it was a good sale. So I jumped on there and ordered a bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh. My brain. It's just not working today. And I just don't think it had arrived in time for the last video. That's why I was confused. Okay. So, first thing I ordered. Look what fell in my cart. Tree of Hope. It's so pretty. And then I ordered the beads for it on eBay. Somebody had them for like $9 something. And it was free shipping. I'm like, okay. That's a good deal. Considering there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Is that what I paid? I think I paid $9 something. And I know they were it's the beads, the set, you know, with the picture at the top. Whatever it was a good deal. And then I looked on the viewer for like a day, playing around, what fabric? What fabric should I do? You know, I love using these beautiful fabrics, the hand-dyed fabrics. But you know what? This one, they're such pretty colors. I mean, look close. Look at those beautiful, the Karen water lilies up in that tree. So pretty. And with all the beading it's going to have, I went with the recommended fabric. It's just a, I hope this is big enough. 20 by 20. Okay, good. 20 by 27 piece. I know it's not the best, because it's one of the cheaper brands that you can get, like at Hobby Lobby and such. But it was on eBay. And it's just a linen. It'll be fine. Made in China. Maybe it won't be. So that, so excited for that. I need to get the threads. I was hoping Rainbow Stitchery would have some of the water lilies in stock still, but she's down to like 5. She doesn't have them. Okay, I also got a new Mill Hill Fresh Picked Apples. This is so cute. I have the sunflower one also that I picked up last year to do for my sister-in-law. With her, their farm, they do a lot of sunflowers. She loves sunflowers in the house now. So I had picked that up to do that for her, but I never got around to it. So I might just stitch it for me and this one. I like it. And the green matches my kitchen. And then, you know, it's spring. I need something springy to do. So I got Oodles of Spring by Bent Creek. And this one comes with a itty bitty little star button. One tiny little button. And Homespun Elegance. I have been wanting to do some of theirs. I wish their picture wasn't so dark. But this one is 2007 Santa Ornament Mary Stitches. And it comes with a little scissors charm to add on. I want to pull the colors for it. It uses some Gentle Arts and then DMC 3-4 Gentle Arts. Cranberry, Straw Bonnet, Tarnished Golden Flax. And then 8 DMCs. And 3 of those are with backstitch. I want to just pull the threads and see how it looks, how the colors look in person. Because I know cranberry is not that dark. I mean, look at that. That's almost like dark wine. So I think their picture is just really dark. And then when it printed. Anyway. I got another Homespun Elegance. And this one's the Country Spirits Collection Uncle Sam Grow Needle Case and Scissor Fob. Not cute, but I'm probably not going to do it as a needle case. I think I'm just going to do it and frame it, and they came with little buttons. I'm not a scissor fob person, so I won't be doing that either. But it's just felt stars. And it came with the buttons and the charms. It did not come with the felt to make the felt stars, so therefore I will never be doing the felt stars. And I am going to take a piece of tape real quick. So I opened this earlier, and the plastic that this came in is not resealable plastic. It's like they had vacuum sealed around it, you know, like the crimper thing. So I couldn't put that back in. I'm going to lose those buttons. Okay. I got, okay, we all know So Much to Love and her beautiful, beautiful bags. I love them. But I can sew, and I know I could probably make the bag myself and probably save some money if I use stuff I have here. Well, they have this chart, and it comes with directions. Like, I can't remember if they were in color or not, but it has all the instructions to make the bag. And I didn't realize it was her. Yeah, pictured, they're black and white, but there's pictures of how to sew together and put together the bags. When I saw this, and I know I've seen it throughout, like on Facebook and such, I'm like, that is so cute. And I love the chart itself. And I'm like, oh, and I can make a bag similar to hers. I didn't realize until it came here that she's the one that put this is her actual bag. So, you are just an angel. And I love her bags. I've got one. I want more. I want many, many more. So, but anyway, that's so cool, you know? And I don't remember the price of it because I got all the stuff on sale through Down Sunshine Lane. But I know it wasn't much more to get the directions to how to make the bag. It's just, do I want to take the time to make the bag myself? Because when I sew with my friends at our monthly crop, and then I end up just sewing that day with my machine. So do I want to spend a day putting that together because I'm not the fastest sewer? Or do I just want to pay the 30-some bucks to have her make it for me? Don't know. Haven't decided. And then I picked up, I was flipping through the magazines they had on sale, because there's the cross stitch and needlework. Oh my goodness, company, would you please get digital issues already? Because I like the digital issues. And then if I really want to stitch something, I can then, you know, be lazy and either order a real issue, or then if there's a few, like just cross stitch all of a sudden have had several issues that I have wanted to stitch at least one thing in each. That's why I switched that over to a physical copy. So I picked up the May 2013 cross stitch and needlework with those pretty berries. I'm into bees something fierce lately, and I don't know why, but I really like this sampler. And it uses some specialty stitches. I think that's so pretty. So I'd like to do that one. And it's not just strawberries, there's pears too. Aren't they cute? You know, at the rate of things I find that I want us to... Oh, there was more. I didn't know that. Look, there was also grapes and apples. But I wouldn't do it in black. Because that's not fun to stitch on. That's just pretty. So, got that. And then I have a couple Little House Needleworks that I picked up. What is the name? Farm Fresh Cherries. So cute. And I want to turn that into a box, into the cube. It says the finished design is 5.5 by 6 on 32 count linen. So I can do one of those cutesy little boxes that Carolyn and Tara C gave directions for last summer. Because I have yet to do one, but I